Hey everyone, it's Stephanie with My Time Fitness, and today I have a once and done upper body strength workout for you. So we're going to start off with our warm-up, which is 8 exercises, one time through, about 4 minutes long. And then we have 3 groups, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 6 exercises, about 6 minutes apiece, and then our cool down, which is 12 exercises, about 6 minutes long. You are going to want a bench and a good range of dumbbells for this workout. If you don't have dumbbells, that's fine. You can use water bottles, soup cans, anything you can find around the house, or just plain body weight and working against your own self. If you don't have a bench, again, that's okay. You can do everything off the ground, which I can show you as well during our workout. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button, and we'll get going. All right, I got my timer started, so we're going to get into our warm-up. We're going to start off with arm cross swings. So just get those arms right across each other and switch which arm is on top. Each time. You can get a nice side step in there. Get the whole body warmed up. Next up, we have big arm circles. We're going to split that interval. So we're going to start forwards and just that entire range of motion. Make sure you're breathing. Now we're going to switch and go backwards. Next up, we have a step back plus a bow pull. So we're going to step back and do that bow pull. Step back and the bow pull. Just get a nice pull back on that body, a nice twist to the torso. Next up, we have a torso twist and a chest opener. So we're going to stay right here and just twist and open that chest. Twist and open. Next up, we have a march with wrist rotations. So we're just going to march in place here, and we're just going to rotate those wrists. You're going to rotate them one way, switch, rotate them the other way. Give them a nice little shake out if you need to. You can up and back. Nothing too long, just to get them nice and warmed up, because they will be holding weights this whole time. So next up, we have walkouts. So we're going to come down, walk it out, and then walk it back up. If this is too difficult for you, you can bend at your knees, walk out, and bend all the way back up. Next up, we have planks plus the shoulder tap. So we're going to come down for that plank, and then just take turns tapping that shoulder with the opposite hand to opposite shoulder. If this is too much for you, you can get on those knees and do the same thing. And our last warm-up exercise will be a boxer shuffle. So we're going to pop up here and bounce on those balls of our feet. Keep breathing. All right, go get that bench and those dumbbells or whatever else you're using, and we'll get started with group one. All right, we're back, so let's get into our group one. We're going to start off with a chest press. I will let you know what I am lifting. So lay back on that bench and just press those weights up right over your chest and back down. I am lifting 12 pounds per hand. Make sure you lift something that you can perform with good form, but also a weight that is challenging you. Make sure you exhale on that hardest range of motion. So inhale when you come down, exhale when you come back up. Just take it nice and slow, don't rush. All right, next up we have a chest fly. So I'm gonna stay down here with my 12 pounds per hand. I'm just gonna bring up those weights, bring them out to the sides and back up. Go down as far as you can control and back up. Keep it going. Keep that core nice and tight. All right, we're gonna sit up and we have a bicep curl next. You can sit down or you can stand up, that is completely up to you. I'm still using 12 pounds per hand, so just keep those weights out to your side and bring them up and back down. Make sure you keep those elbows pinned to your sides. You don't want those elbows to come forward, so none of this. That's not working anything. It's a huge cheat and we don't want that. Keep it going nice and slow. Keep that breathing. Right, shake it out if you need to. Our next workout, our next exercise is an overhead press. So I'm gonna do 12 pounds per hand. Again, if you want, you can sit on that bench. Get those weights up there. Just press up and back down. Make sure that back is nice and neutral. You don't want to arch your back. Oops. Try not to cling your weights at the top either. About 10 seconds. All right, next up we have a tricep extension. So I'm just going to use one 12-pound weight. Again, you can sit if you want to, or you can stand. I'm going to show you like a split stance. So just split those feet a little bit and bring it down and up. The split stance just kind of helps with your back position to make sure you don't arch that back too much. Keep your core nice and tight. Keep those elbows in close and just down and up. Keep it going. All right, and our last exercise of this group is a wall push-up. So we're just gonna find yourself a wall, get those arms pretty close, lean back a little, step back a little bit, and then just press. Like you're doing a push-up but off the wall. Even if it feels like you're not getting a huge range of motion in, that's okay. You're still working. This is a nice little burnout after using weights in those exercises that we did before this. Awesome. Now we're going to take a quick break and then get straight back into group 2. All right, we're back for group 2. We're going to start off with a close chest press. So I'm going to use 15 pounds per hand. We're going to come back down on that bench. And just keep them close to your sides and straight up. Down and back up. Again, if you don't have a bench, you can do all of these workouts on the ground. And if you want to make them harder or give yourself more range of motion, you can push up into a bridge while completing all these exercises too. Keep breathing. I don't know about you, but my arms are already on fire. Okay, we're gonna sit up here. We're gonna get ready for a reverse fly. Your arms are on fire. You'll have to let me know. So we're just gonna come down here and just lift those arms up. Do a nice hinge here. Keep that core tight. You're gonna want that back nice and flat. And just a nice controlled lift. Don't swing those weights up. Keep breathing. All right, next up we have a hammer curl. You can stand if you want, sit down if you want. I'm gonna use 12 pounds per hand. So we're gonna keep them nice and flat, straight like our bicep curl, except our palms are facing inwards. Again, keep those elbows at your sides. Keep breathing. Just nice and slow. All right, put that down, shake it out if you need to. Next up, we have an arm press. So I'm using 10 pounds per hand. I'm gonna sit down, you can stand, doesn't matter. So you're gonna start with those weights here, palms facing inwards. You're gonna press up, and as you press up, you're gonna rotate those hands out so your palms are facing away from you. And then bring them back in. Up and rotate, down and rotate them back in. Keep that core nice and tight. have Tricep Kickbacks. I'm going to use 6 pounds per hand for this one. So we're just going to come down and a little bit of a hinge, bent knees, bring those arms up to your sides and straight back. Just kick them straight back. Keep breathing. We have one more exercise and we're on to that much needed water break. All right, and our last exercise of this group are a Sphinx up down, which I will show you a modified version. It is a pretty difficult exercise. So we're gonna come down. I'm gonna do mine on my knees, and you're gonna put your hands together in front of you. You're gonna come down and then up. But if you need help, you can just down, down, up, up, which is what I'm doing because my arms are toast. If you can do the full version of bringing up both those arms at the same time, please go for it. But my arms are already, they're burnt out. Make sure you alternate those arms. Whew. All right. I can barely get up. Okay, go get your water, and we'll be back for group 3. All right, we're back with group 3, so let's get into it. We're gonna start off with upright rows. So I'm going to do 12 pounds per hand. Just keep those weights in front of you. And you're just gonna bring those weights up your body and back down. When you do this, make sure you're bringing those elbows up and back, if that makes sense. Make sure you keep up with that breathing. Exhale on the hardest range of motion. Inhale on the way down. Next up, we have a ventral and a lateral raise. So I'm going to use 6 pounds per hand. Shake it out if you need to. We're just going to go back and forth between those ventral and lateral raises. So I'm going to do a lateral raise, if I can speak, and then a ventral raise. Make sure you're not leaning back. Keep that core nice and tight. Try and bring those arms up the same amount on both sides. This is where a mirror provides really good feedback. You may hear some popping and cracking in those shoulders, like mine, which is completely okay, as long as there's no pain. Next up, we have a forearm curl, so I'm going to use 10 pounds. I suggest using a lighter weight if you're not used to this type of curl. You're going to leave your hands like this with your palms facing forwards or towards you, and then pull them straight back and up like a curl. halfway through. Next up, we have those shoulder shrugs. So I'm going to do 15 pounds per hand. We're just going to alternate here. So up and back. Keep those weights nice and close to your body, and then up and forward. Just nice and exaggerated. Keep it going. Next up, we have skull crushers. I'm going to use 8 pounds per hand. I'm going to show you on the ground, like I have told you before, if you don't have a bench. Just going to come down. Start with those weights up here, right above the shoulders, and you're going to bring them back. You're just going to bend that elbow and bring those weights right next to the sides of your head. And bring it back up. My arms are shaking right now. Oh my gosh. Your arms are shaking. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And let me know in the comments below. If you want to make it harder, you can get up into that bridge I was telling you about. All right. And last but not least, we have arm circles. I'm just going to come up here. You can stand if you want to. You can sit if you want to. We're just going to split this interval. Just nice, tight arm circles right around that shoulder. And just feel that good burn that we all love. Now switch, reverse it, please. I don't get hair in my face. Oof, all right, shake out those arms. We did it, and now we are on to that much needed cool down. I'm going to get my timer started and then we'll be right back. All right, we're back, so let's get into that cool down. We're going to start off with ventral and lateral arm swings. So you can shake those arms out laterally, ventrally. You can switch it up and alternate both. Get those feet moving still. Just whatever feels good to you. Get a nice stretch. Next up, we have shoulder rolls. We're going to split the interval. So we're going to go backwards or forwards, doesn't matter. We will switch. Just nice, deep shoulder rolls. Get that full range of motion. And switch. Next up, we have alternating side bends. So we're going to come over and bend off to that side. Get a nice stretch along that torso. Believe it or not, it did a lot of work today. Next up, we have toe touch circles. Give those sides a little more love. So we're gonna come down and around to the other side and get that nice bend. Next up, we have a wall chest stretch. So find yourself a wall, hands on the wall, up a little high, and just bend down. Keep breathing. Switch those feet positions. Next up, we have a wide toe touch plus a shoulder stretch. Man, my arms are just jello. So we're gonna come down with that wide stance, bend over, arms up, overhead as much as possible. Again, you can drop those arms, gently shake out that head, just let it all relax. Next up, we have a downward dog. So we're gonna come down, get those heels on the ground if possible, press through those shoulders. You can pedal your feet out. Get a nice stretch to those hamstrings and your calf muscles. We're gonna come down for a Cobra. My arms are just shaking so bad. So we're gonna come down to that Cobra. We're gonna press up and back. This is too much on those arms. And come down for a nice Sphinx pose. Next up, we're going to come back into a thread the needle on our left side. So almost like that child's pose, but we're just threading our left arm through. So we're going to come back and just take your left arm, thread it through. Just nice. Deep breaths here. Next up, we're just going to switch and thread that right arm through. Switch sides. Our next two intervals, we will be splitting with a freestyle neck work. And we're just gonna come set up. We're just gonna move that neck around a little bit. Just get loosened up from all the work it did. Do some dips. Feels really nice. You can take your hand and gently apply some pressure and come and circle this hand off to the side. A few circles forward, a few circles back. I'm going to switch that, do it on the opposite side. It's a very gentle weight on that head. You don't want to pull too much. Switch those circles. Bring it back up. Shake it out very gently. All right, and we are finished. That workout went by super quick. My arms are complete toast right now. You'll have to let me know if yours are too. I really hope you enjoyed this workout. If you did, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button right now, and come back and work out with me again tomorrow. Thanks.